So we discussed all the various incarnation, Matsya Avatara, Narsimha Avatara. In the last class, Achyut Prabhu discussed which one? Sri Ram Avatara. 1 week only, and Parshuram has to come. So, and after Ram Avatara comes the very, very special Balram and Krishna Avatara. So we are very fortunate to be discussing this verse, although the details of this are there later in 10th canto. But this verse describes the advent of the Lord in his original form, which is Balram and Krishna Avatara. एकोनविंशे विंशति में वृष्णिषु प्राप्य जन्मनि राम कृष्णाविति भुवो भगवान अहरद भारम. Some Prabhuji, please say, we will follow you. Who wants to read? एकोनविंशे विंशति में वृष्णिषु प्राप्य जन्मनि राम कृष्णाविति भुवो भगवान अहरद भरम. एकोनविंशे विंशति में वृष्णिषु प्राप्य जन्मनि राम कृष्णाविति भुवो भगवान अहरद भरम. Any Mataji wants to read? एकोनविंशे विंशति में वृष्णिषु प्राप्य जन्मनि राम कृष्णाविति भुवो भगवान अहरद भारम. So we'll look at the meanings. Ekonvinshe, in the 19th. Vinshati mein, in the 20th also. Vrishnishu, in the Vrishni dynasty. Prapya, having obtained Janmani birth. Ram, Balram. Krishna, Sri Krishna. Iti, thus. Bhuvaha, of the world. Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. Aharat, removed. Bharam, burden. In the 19th and 20th incarnations, the Lord advented himself as Lord Balram and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, the Yadu dynasty, and by so doing, he removed the burden of the world. So it is a beautiful, beautiful verse. So to reach this verse, we have gone through all the 18 avatars of the Lord. And 19th and 20th together is mentioned here as Bhagwan Swayam. They came together, right? Just a matter of few days, right? So, in the purport of this, Srila Prabhupada says, the specific mention of the word Bhagwan in this text indicates that Balram and Krishna are original forms of the Lord. This will be further explained later. Lord Krishna is not an incarnation of the Purusha, as we learned from the beginning of this chapter. He is directly the original personality of Godhead, and Balarama is the first plenary manifestation of the Lord. From Baladeva, the first phalanx of plenary expansions, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna expands. Lord Sri Krishna is Vasudev and Baladev is Sankarshana. Very, very brief purport, but very, very deep. Every word of this is going to be expanded into a chapter later when we go into further cantos of Bhagavatam, especially the 10th canto. And Prabhupada, in very brief purport, is saying the most important word here is, in this verse, is Bhagwan. So all the 18 Purusha avatars that we discussed so far, right? There are multiple 6 categories of avatars also, right? Like Purusha avatara, Leela avatara, Guna avatara. So we discussed all the Purusha avatars in all the classes earlier, right? Since the starting of Bhagavatam, we are at the 3rd chapter. But now we are not discussing any Purusha avatara. Now we are discussing the original source from where all these avatars came. And they are Balram and Krishna. They go together. That is why we chant their names together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So as we read more on the scriptures, we slowly start to know the essence of our Mahamantra. So initially we were told, don't worry, just chant because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord himself asked you to do this, right? So many times we do things, we tell kids, Papa is telling so you do it, Mummy is telling so you do it. Don't ask why, right? You have to hold our hand to cross the road, don't ask why. So those children who follow, they survive. Some tend to differ, right? But gradually they learn why it was told to us. Same way as we go deeper into Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see the glories of Mahamantra. So this is how they go together. Krishna is love and Bal is expression of that love, right? That is how it reaches us. So, but the verse specifically mentions the Lord advented himself as Lord Balram and Lord Krishna in the family of Vrishni, and by doing so, he removed the burden of the world. So, which burden of the world is being talked about here? Any idea? What is the reference to it? Where this burden of the earth come from in this context? In the context of Janmashtami, or who used these words? World is burdened. Mother Earth, right? Mother Earth took the form of a cow and approached Lord Brahma. That with the access of these armies of these satanic or of these demoniac kings who thinks of themselves as rulers or kings, but they are demons, their excessive armies, they have burdened me. There is so much sin happening. And that is why crying she went to Lord Brahma. And what did Lord Brahma do? He, along with other devatas, including Lord Shiva and Bhumi herself, approached Vishnu who approached whom? Kshirodakshai Vishnu, right? In Kshir Sagar. Okay. And then they complained to the Lord that, Bhumi Devi is so much in pain because earth is so much troubled by these demoniac kings. And what did the Lord say? Lord delivered his message to Brahma, and then Brahma delivered it to all the devatas in the higher planetary system. What were the orders of the Lord? What? Correct. That he is soon going to appear in Yadu dynasty. And what were the orders to them? That you also join the celebration. You are the most fortunate ones. So in my most beautiful, the sweetest leelas, you also join in my leelas. These were the orders. So the primary purpose or external purpose here is mentioned as to remove the burden of the world, which was demoniac kings. But what was the internal reason? Lord can kill demons, just stop their breath, right? What was the internal reason? Correct. Correct. So his main purpose was, main audience target was devotees. Before he says vinashaya cha dushkritam, he says paritranaya sadhunam. Firstly he says paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, right? So to deliver the pious, that is the primary or the internal cause. So how did God deliver this? Second part we know, vinashaya cha dushkritam we know, but how did he do the first part, paritranaya sadhunam? In his appearance as Lord Krishna and Balram, how did they do it? Gita Gyan, yes. Then from the birth itself, what did they do? Various pastimes, Vrindavan pastimes, Govardhan Leela, right? So from the very moment of birth and from 10 days of birth, he started on his mission. What did he do 10 days after his birth? Putana. She delivered Putana. So it was made very spectacular, very dramatic. Then all one after the other, another these demons kept coming to attack a small baby. Excuse me. And he performed beautiful leelas. Not only this, he performed beautiful leelas like stealing the butter of the gopis, right? Then playing with the calves, then starting to go to forest to graze cows. So many beautiful pastimes he did so that he can enter into the hearts of his devotees. So, and all this became part of, when he left it in the form, which legacy? In the form of Shrimad Bhagavatam. So this is what he did for the devotee. Then after that, when he grew up, then what did he do? He spoke Bhagavad Gita for devotees. Then after that, he went to Dwarka. What did he do in Dwarka? He established how an ideal Grihastha life should be, right? And then towards the end, what did he do? For devotees, the ultimate gift that he gave. Anybody has read Uddhav Gita or 11th canto? So that is final message to Uddhav. That is called Uddhav Gita. So it's part of Srimad Bhagavatam itself, 11th canto. Okay, that is like a will, vasiyat, like you give, no? So he's talking to Uddhava. Uddhava is saying, I am getting some signs that your Yadava dynasty is also, going to end and you are kind of getting detached. I am fearing that you are about to close your Leelas. And then the Lord tells himself that it's time to go. It's time to fold up these Leelas. It's a very, very emotional kind of a situation that, after seeing so many beautiful pastimes, Lord is telling like this. And then he tells Uddhava that, Uddhava, this world is going to become very bad now. Don't stay here. Okay. So that doesn't mean that he's asking that when I go, you commit suicide. He's telling that get detached from it. Okay. You will be here, but don't be here. This world is going to be very bad. And the same messages of Srimad Bhagavad Gita which he gave to Arjuna, he is giving to Uddhava, but in a very, very deep level. Every verse or every word is like, it is meant for the audience that has gone through all those leelas so far. And it's very, very touching, very, very convincing. Like when we started attending Gita classes, we were anyways new and we were listening it to as theory. We were not really getting convinced. We used to think if we were Arjuna, I don't think it's convincing enough to kill my relatives. Right? It went on. But slowly, as we stayed in this Krishna consciousness, now also we are not following those instructions totally. We have not come to that level. Where instructions are, we should not forget Krishna even for a moment. Right? We should depend on Krishna for everything. Even our material pains, we should not think of. We should not try to solve our material problems with the material ways. Not fight fire with fire, but we should depend on Krishna. We have not come to that level of consciousness yet. but at least we have developed faith in that, right? So we are taking some tablet that, okay, it will curb the pain, but we know the real permanent cure is Krishna consciousness, and we will get that one day. Same way, when it comes to delivering the pious, Lord, when he was going, he was not worried about, killing any more demons in Dwarka, okay, and he was about to close his leelas. What will or vasiyat did he leave with Uddhava to all of us? Uddhav Gita. And that is the deepest lesson on detachment. How you can get detached from this world, how can you can focus your mind on me, how the deepest level of bhakti is there that will deliver you, right? So that is what he did for the devotees. So did he remove all the burden from the world, or we still have some burden in the world? Okay, externally we see everywhere bad things happening, effects of Kali Yuga, right? In one of the sessions in ACS layout, when Gaurang Darshan Prabhu had come, after it was very, very deep session on Shrimad Bhagavatam, the value of Shrimad Bhagavatam, and people started asking very difficult questions after that. So some Prabhu asked that, Prabhu, Lord said that I have come to establish dharma, to kill demons and deliver my pious souls and devotees. But that is what happened after he left. All the demons started dominating. Kali Yuga started showing his full form. So where did he live? He said, I have come to, relieve all the burden, but it started increasing after he left. So, and it was very, very difficult question. And everybody was thinking, if somebody asks me this question, I'll be like spellbound. But Prabhuji handled it very well. Prabhuji said, the cycle of yugas is going to happen. Kali Yuga is going to come, that will happen. That Lord cannot stop, nor can Prabhupada stop. But Prabhupada told us something. Rain is coming, take your umbrella. So you cannot stop the rain, but you can always carry the umbrella and also distribute some umbrellas, right? So he removed the burden of the world. He did not remove the chakra of these cycles of yugas. Kali Yuga is about to come and he's telling Uddhava, it is going to happen right away. But here is your umbrella. And that umbrella was given to us through Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada gave us that umbrella in the form of Shrimad Bhagavatam. So whenever we relate to Shrimad Bhagavatam as the Lord himself in the literary form, when we read those leelas and those dialogues between the characters of Shrimad Bhagavatam, it is not some mundane story like a novel. That is Krishna's umbrella when we go out in the rain of Kali Yuga. On the on the relevance of Bhagwan, it's also mentioned in same chapter later that all the incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of plenary portions of the Lord, but Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and all of them appear on the planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. So this is same thing is emphasized later also, right? Why does Lord expand to remove the burden? So the real burden that worries the Lord is not the burden of the demons, but of the devotees. So what is the biggest burden you have in your Krishna consciousness journey? Somebody would like to share? Mind. Mind is the biggest burden, right? Correct. Anything else? Time. Time, Mataji. Time नहीं है. Right. कम है. Demoniac nature. Anarthas. Anarthas are our burden. What else? association, non-devotee association. Then lust, anger, anarthas, right? What else? Excuse me. Our reluctance, our own attitude, our own reluctance. What is the cause of that reluctance? Maya, then mind, then our upbringing or exposure, right? Why are we reluctant, Prabhu? Because of our anarthas. Because lust, anger, greed, and envy. We are envious of Krishna. Every day, every moment that we spend happily in separation of Krishna is being envious of Krishna. Is being cheating on Krishna's love. It's like, he loves us and we forget him. Every moment that we spend is in his absence happily is anartha. I know it's difficult to understand and accept even for me. I'm also reading and telling you things. It's not that I have myself realized or started practicing these things, but this is the truth. So who are the people who are doing better than us in this aspect? In this anartha of living happily away from Krishna, who are people who are little better than us? People who are in brahmacharya, who are living in temple most of their time, even if they are in anxiety, even if they are stuck in the rain, even if their prasadam is not there today, they came late, no prasadam, even if they couldn't get sleep last night, all that gets related to some activity about Krishna. It's got nothing to do with the office or neighbors or nothing. Even if it's with the neighbor of next to the temple is troubling them, still they are fighting for Krishna, right? So that they are the people who are little better than us, but still they are also not claiming that we have come to that level like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where every moment, or Haridas Thakur, where every moment of being awake or even in sleep they are chanting Lord's names, right? So our burden is our anarthas, and biggest one is being envious of Krishna. You can remove all anarthas, but you cannot remove envy. That is the most difficult one. After all are removed, then comes the final. Like you have done medication, injection, basic surgery, right? Then open heart surgery is finally envy, removing envy. And what is the cure for that? Lord gave that also. So it's not only in 19th and 20th incarnation. After this also in 22nd came, Lord came. 21st was Buddha, 22nd day again came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he did exactly that. He removed the burden of the world, but not killing even a single demon in the material world. He killed all the demons in the hearts of devotees, right? And he actually removed the burden in their heart by doing what? By giving us Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And also to give us that confidence, like doctors say that half of your disease will be cured by the chemicals in this tablet, other half by psychologically thinking you are getting cured. So psychologically also he assured this tablet is the cure. So don't worry about the whole medical store. Don't keep doubt whether this is the right one or I should take a second opinion. We take second opinion, right? So remove that doubt. That is why he said, Kalau nastev, nastev, nastev gatiranyatha. Harer naam, Harer naam eva kevalam. Kalau nastev, nastev, nastev gatiranyatha. So this whole thing, this finally boils down to what? Removing demons was such trivial thing for Krishna. Of course, it was very big for us watching, and we remember that when it dramatically happens, then Trinavarta is explained, is this is how this demon looked like, right? Demons we think like big horns and scary creatures, right? To prepare for this, I was listening to one class yesterday. This Prabhu was explaining like this, that we think demons are like this, they have these horns and all. Prabhu said it's not like that. They're very, very subtle, these demons, and they're sitting in our. So each demon that is killed by Krishna in Vrindavan represents one or the another anartha in our heart. So Krishna was so merciful. His the why he loves his association with devotees is when he sees them happy. When all their worries are gone, their burden is gone, and to remove that burden, he came back again very, very recently as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there, to remove the burden of the devotees, he gave one and only cure. He said nothing else. You just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that gives you the belief, that gives the confidence. Sometimes we have a Hindi class here Sunday evening. So I had come to attend because the speaker was not here. Like today, whenever speaker is not there, I am sent here. So it was very new people. So they've just come in and they don't know. So they asked in the end, Prabhu, this Mahamantra, this कुछ और भी होगा, इतना से कैसे हो जाएगा? Just by one Mahamantra, that also so simple one, there must be some. I said, yes, Prabhu, you can perform very, very big yagyas. You can build huge temples and do serious deity worship. Or you can go to Himalayas and can do tapasya for 1,000 years. 1,000 years, I am old, 70 years already. So I said, at least 7, 8 years you can do. He said, no, my health is not good. So, one car needs to be. What number? 6689. 6689 car needs to be removed for way. 6689. It's your Prabhu? Black BMW. Okay. Okay, so so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that this is the cure. So it boils down to when Lord wants to remove our burden, he has given us one cure, that is chanting Harinam, right? Mahamantra. And as we go deeper into that, we understand that Mahamantra was the biggest, most merciful blessing of the Lord. Second part of this verse is to emphasize on Balaram. So we think Balaram is just brother of Lord, and he's also one energy of the Lord. But Balaram is no different than Krishna. It's Krishna's first expansion is Balaram. It's mentioned later in 10th canto. The son of Rohini will also be celebrated as Sankarshana because of being sent from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. He will be called Ram because of his ability to please all the inhabitants of Gokula. And he will be known as Balaram because of his extensive physical strength. So it's mentioned multiple times in various scriptures. You cannot approach Krishna without approaching Balaram. Balaram is the Guru Tattva. He is the one who provides that bala. Bala is not the physical bala, but the spiritual energy to approach Lord. That is the essence of Lord Balaram. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's mentioned Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagwan Tanhar Dvitiya Deha Shiv Balaram. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the fountainhead of all the incarnations. Lord Balaram is his second body. That is how essential is the role of Balaram. And in Chaitanya Leela, Balaram comes as Lord Nityananda. So that is why we see that if you go to outskirts of Mayapur, you will see, they have made some Leelas of the Lord. So there is one bridge on which they have made Jagai Madai. Leela is built into those statues. They are built on the road, the bridge. And they're huge and this Nityananda Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are there. It's showing how Nityananda Mahaprabhu is trying to save them. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got angry that, how dare you attack a devotee? And Nityananda is even more merciful on Jagai and Madhai. So, if we want to get the mercy of the Lord, we have to approach Nityananda Mahaprabhu. That is the essence of Balram. That is why we chant Balram's name, Ram with Krishna, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Later in Chaitanya Charitamrita, other verses, right, in Adi Leela, I'll just quickly read them for you. This is the essence of, in some of the verses, essence of Balram is mentioned. The Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Lord Balram is the second body, which we just read. After that, these two are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. How? Like this, right? Assisting very nicely in very lovely pastimes. That original Lord Krishna appeared in Navadvip as Lord Chaitanya, and Balram appeared with him as Lord Nityananda. May Sri Nityananda Ram be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshana, Sheshnag, and the Vishnus who lie in the Karan ocean, Garbha ocean, and the ocean of milk are his plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions. Whose? Balram. So, first expansion is Balram, and then all these other incarnations that we see, Shirodakshai Vishnu, right, is expanded from Balram. Lord Balram is the original Sankarshana. He assumes 5 other forms to serve Lord Krishna. He himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he does the work of creation in 4 other forms. He executes 9362 is the other car. 9367. Okay. Thank you. Balram himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he does the work of creation in 4 other forms. He executes the orders of Lord Krishna in the work of creation, and in the form of Lord Shesha, he serves Krishna in various ways. In all the forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balram is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaur Sundara. So now we understand the essence of Balram. Why in this verse, today's verse, we are talking about 19th and 20th incarnations together. All incarnations we discussed one by one, but 19th and 20th we are discussing together in the same verse, that Lord advented himself as Balram and Krishna, right? So Lord himself expanded into these 2 forms, right? And together they wanted to remove the burden of the earth. In the purport of this last one, he executes the orders of Lord Krishna in the work of creation, and in the form of Lord Shesha, he serves Krishna in various ways. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Balram as the chief of original quadruple forms is also the original Sankarshana Balram. The first expression of Krishna expands himself in 5 forms: Mahasankarshana, Karanadishai, Garbhodikshai, Kshirodikshai, and Shesha. These 5 plenary portions are responsible for both spiritual and material cosmic manifestations. In these 5 forms, Lord Balram assists Lord Krishna in his activities. The first 4 of these forms are responsible for the cosmic manifestation, whereas Shesha is responsible for personal service of the Lord. Shesha is called Ananta or unlimited because he assists the personality of Godhead in his unlimited expressions by performing an unlimited variety of services. Shri Balram is the servitor of Godhead who serves Lord Krishna in all affairs of existence and knowledge. Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is the same servitor Godhead Balram, performs the same service to Lord Gauranga by constant association in Chaitanya Leela. So, this verse very, very specifically, even the verses that are coming after that are stressing a lot on how special is Balram, the first expansion of the Lord, and all other expansions later happen through Balram. So that is why we chant Ram's name or Balram's name in our Mahamantra. Prabhupada in one of the lectures gives the analogy of track and the train. That, if a train is the Krishna consciousness, Balram is the track, Guru Tattva, that facilitates it for us in the explanation. One of the lectures on this particular verse, this is the analogy he gives. Another analogy that Prabhupada gives in the same lecture is about the sun. When sun rises, right? When talking about the burden, removing the burden, Prabhupada says, when the sun rises, you don't have to physically remove the fog. Like the people who are, staying in Nordic countries or where it snows a lot, right? Even after sun rises, their house is totally, blocked. Car is also having 1 foot snow, and the road is also, you need to break that. But when it comes to removing the darkness of ignorance, you don't have to do any physical labor. The moment sun rises, all the darkness appears, all the fog also disappears in some time. So Prabhupada gives this example for explaining this, removing the burden, that when Krishna enters our life, all the darkness itself goes. So when we try to solve our problems by our own, it's very difficult, right? So we don't have to remove our problems like people say, no, I am planning to retire and become full-time devotee and then I'll start, right? I know many people, including me. But the truth is, we don't have to wait to clean our heart and then welcome Krishna. The moment Krishna enters, he cleans our heart also, right? So when we chant the Lord's names, Prabhupada says it's like sun has risen and all the darkness will be dissipated and our view will be cleared, right? So Prabhupada says you just focus on getting deeper into Krishna consciousness. Other things will gradually go. Why does he stress on this? Every lecture he says this. Why does he say this? It's to give assurance. Why this frequent assurance is required? Why we have to be kept to be told again and again and again? Because we forget. By nature we are forgetful. And what forces us to disbelieve? Like whatever we are discussing now, it will happen with you like it happens with me also. When I attend a class, I think, oh, I have found the final knowledge. I am a self-realized soul. The moment I step out and go in the traffic and have to focus on the traffic and see people how they're driving, and I have to do this and do that. This is my to-do list. That to-do list quickly. So Maya is sitting right at the gate, right? Let me see who is trying to run away from here, right? So Prabhupada reminds this again and again and again because our doubt arises every day, right? Like when a child is scared of some exam, he'll ask you 20 times, मैं फेल तो नहीं होऊंगा ना, मैं फेल तो नहीं होऊंगा ना, सिर्फ नहीं बेटा पास हो जाएगा, पास हो जाएगा, पास हो जाएगा. Every time he'll ask, every time you have to say pass ho jayega. Why? This assurance will keep him going. But why is the kid asking again and again? Because every time, after a few minutes, he is getting that doubt. His conviction is getting weaker every few minutes. So every time, Prabhupada mercifully assures us that just wait, do what I say, follow the 4 regulative principles, chant Hare Krishna, follow the principles of bhakti, right? 9 processes of bhakti, Shravanam and Kirtanam. Shravanam is the first one. So keep on listening. Krishna will enter your heart through the ears, right? Just have that assurance. So to have people keep going, right, you have to give them this assurance, and only that assurance is believable when it comes from some authorized guru. So when Krishna gives us mercy, he gives an authorized guru to us in Guru Parampara. Right? It is mentioned in scriptures that when mercy comes from the Lord to us, he will send us a guru. Why? Because otherwise you keep on listening to people like me who are just reading over the night and speaking things. But when a guru tells you, it is more believable because you have surrendered your soul to that guru, right? And this was the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. There is so much of mercy. All he gave us Chaitanya Charitamrit, he gave us Bhagavatam, he translated so many books, he gave us so many dhams, so many facilities of ISKCON. But what is very, very important mercy that he gave? While leaving, he could have taken all the glory to himself and said, I'll be the only initiating guru of Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. So everybody would be just surrendered to him alone. But he did not do that. He was merciful to us. So he appointed some people, his most trusted disciples, that you will carry this parampara. This parampara should not stop with me. This process of initiating people should go on after me. So you start. And after you, you appoint the people you think are most aligned to the principles spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will assign those people. This is the mercy he gave. And now this Balram, which is the Guru Tattva, is coming to us in the form of Guru. So in this aspect, seeking a Guru, what are the steps? They are called Bhakti steps, right? Siksha, right? So today we have Siksha ceremony. So congratulations to all of those who are getting certified in the next level of Siksha. And for those who have missed out, you will please see how, talk to those people who have taken Siksha this level, how they feel. Because you're taking one step closer to Krishna, literally moving to Krishna, because only in ISKCON Whitefield you will see such very nicely arranged system of taking initiation, where these bhakti steps are defined, Siksha levels are defined. One another temple that I'm close to, there is thousands of people coming. It's like a mela, and nobody knows who is at what level. And then one senior devotee from ISKCON Whitefield went there and started this Siksha level examinations there. Now people are saying that we know that after so and so examinations, we'll be able to get to that level of shelter and initiation, right? So even right now, you might not feel that I'm ready to take initiation right now. You must be feeling that, I'm quite far away from that, reaching that consciousness level. But there will come a time, and then suddenly you can't clear all the exams. There comes a time when you want to get masters in something, but you have not completed your 2-3 compartments are left in 5th semester, right, in engineering. So you go back and start giving that. By the time that opportunity is gone, so what will happen is, as most of you will in serious way follow the principles of Krishna consciousness as laid by Srila Prabhupada, you will progress more. Your heart will demand a guru, okay? And slowly you will start getting attached to one guru also. When you start listening to their lectures, you will attend, like Indradumna Maharaj had come, right? When you associate with people like this, such senior devotees, you will fall in love. Just like we fall in love, we don't know who that person will be. We go to college to study, right? Of course, most of us study only, but some people fall in love, right? Before going, they are not thinking that, right? So one day you will fall in love with one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and he will say, I want to surrender my soul to this guru. And in 8 days time, there is a declaration that everybody is called to Vrindavan. Whoever is qualified, Maharaj is giving initiations, right? Good fortune has come upon you, and your request, Harikshetra Prabhu, kindly give the recommendation letter. Guru Maharaj is so and so. And Harikshetra Prabhu says, oh, I'm so happy. But he says, hey, your compartment is left in 5th semester. What about that? Right? So now you realize the value of it. So why I'm saying this was told to us also. We were also very reluctant, especially 1 or 2 rounds Shiksha we took, because either no exam or very simple exam. Till 12th round, very simple exams, right? And when it comes to 12 rounds, it's difficult exam. And when it came, did 16 also, and then it came to take initiation, we said no. We see initiated devotees and we say, how can we go and sit with them? We are not to that level. We don't want to take initiation, right? But one day you feel that, oh, I should take. And that day, if all your exams are cleared, then you will thank yourself for having done that when you didn't know the value of it also. Like if you try to convince somebody for 4 rounds, you say, Prabhu, बाद में देखेंगे. अब प्रभु टाइम नहीं है, कौन सा एग्जाम देना है प्रभु, एक राउंड मुश्किल से होता है. So he'll say like this. He doesn't know the value of it. But the day when he realizes the value of it, कि lottery निकला है लेकिन ticket गुम कर दिया, that day he will realize. Or some Prabhujis and Matajis are lagging, right? So Mataji has gone to Prabhupada Ashraya and taking shelter exam. Prabhuji is still at 8 round. Prabhu baad mein abhi, Prabhu not ready. Prabhu office hai. Then one day, and you are still both are focused on same Guru Maharaj. One day, this opportunity don't come every day. That you go apply, take initiation. Yesterday I was talking to one very senior devotee. Mataji is waiting for 10 years or 8 years. 8 years she is waiting for one Guru Maharaj. And he is not giving initiations only now. Very, very few that he personally knows. And Mataji is saying, I think only next birth I'll get. Right? Now imagine, somebody suddenly says, next week, Vrindavan, or go to Melbourne. Right? Here is your this thing, visa. And but Harikshetra Prabhu says, kaisa visa? Idhar to clear nahi hai sara. Right? So, be together. Those who are couples who are progressing together, please go together so that together you go to take initiation. Don't let your husband or wife, go ahead and stay back. Otherwise, it's like, one will take initiation and other will be left. Or sometimes you have to do it. When other person is not favorable yet, you can't push them also. That also our seniors tell, that if you push them too much, they will get irritated that, they will become negative towards this whole thing. That, ISKCON people are pushy. Of course, we are pushy, but we don't want to show it. Right? So keep it subtle. Give them time. I've seen couples where husbands were not very favorable, shouting at wife all the time. You're chanting, एक बार भगवान का नाम ले लिया, 16 बार क्या करना है? Right? Give time to me. I'm retired and you're not focusing on me. 2 years time, I see that person himself chanting 16 rounds. Right? So because he was not pushed. And the wife was also very, very submissive. She was not capable of pushing anyways, right? So that is how slowly. But if you are both together, please don't miss the exam just saying, oh, next time dekhenge, because you'll lag behind. Like in my college, there was one couple, okay, and this guy failed in one subject in electronics, linear electronic circuits, and he couldn't clear that in second attempt and third attempt also. So he dropped a year, and his girlfriend became his senior. Okay, and later she passed out and joined the job and is still in the 4th year and calling ma'am. Okay, so that situation should not happen. That we lag behind. Don't miss even one single step. And the truth is, these exams are very, very easy. They are not meant to fail you. They are very easy if they're kept just to keep a curriculum and some system as we study. And from tomorrow, when you have gone through today's Shiksha level, please start preparing for the next level, right? Whatever set of books are assigned for next level, please start with that. So I think Lord Balram's message and Lord Krishna's message of removing the burden boils down to chanting Hare Krishna and progressing towards receiving the mercy of Krishna in the form of a authorized spiritual master, right? So start looking for authorized spiritual master also as you progress along. So I think we are at the end of the this thing schedule. So if any questions are there, we can do. Otherwise, we will go for this Siksha ceremony, Bhakti steps. So whatever we discussed today in this verse, if there are any questions or any questions relating to your journey in Krishna consciousness, any burden.